hard to believe we're already on our 8th annual Great Lakes Grain Crop Assessment Tour. We're here just outside of Tempsford and standing in front of a soybean crop here, and this crop looks pretty good, this field here. It definitely, this area here has had rains along the 401 corridor. Meanwhile, in some of our trading area, in that Norfolk area, you know, we've really had a hard kind of go this summer. We were wet early on, which was great. You know, on our lighter soils, we can get on the ground and get planted, where this area was maybe a little bit later. But as the crop kind of went through, we were dry. This field here is nicely canopied over, where on a lot of Norfolk fields with soybeans, you can still see the rows. You know, evidently they have not canopied and closed up. This field here, it looks like most of the flowers are pretty much kind of done, and it's starting to produce pods, where definitely some fields where we are still, you know, still flowering. So we're going to need an awfully, you know, nice month of September here to truly finish this crop off. You know, an early frost would be pretty tough across the province, for that matter, if it did happen. So, you know, we're hoping for some good things here on the crop tour. Officially gets launched in 2 weeks, and we'll have to see what we find when we get out into the fields. Well, we're taking a closer look at this soybean field here that we did our last interview in. You know, you can look here, it's a lot of Japanese beetle. We've seen a lot of these critters here over the last numerous years, and their numbers seem to continue to grow. So here we have some, you know, they've definitely done some feeding on some of the leaves here. I'm just going to pull a plant here to kind of see how it's developing, if I can get it out of the ground. So, you know, there's a pretty good looking bean plant there. Now these pods still have a ways to go. You know, they're starting to fill. But, you know, they still definitely, we'd like to see them get plumped out a lot more. And the top ones, you know, are just kind of getting started here. So this field still got a little ways to go. But like I said, with a good September, this field definitely should finish. And it looks like a pretty promising field of soybeans. Looking at a cornfield here, corn for the most part has had a pretty good go. We might have been a little bit late onto some of the fields in certain areas. We had a lot of moisture early on, and now you know, this area again along that 401 corridor has had rain all the way through. So the crop looks relatively good. Biggest concern will be going forward is, you know, has it had enough growing days to truly finish off? It's been fairly cool nights throughout the summer. We haven't really had those hot muggy nights. So we're kind of looking to see how this crop will finish off. Looking forward to see what we find out on the Great Lakes Grain Crop Assessment Tour, which will get launched here in 2 weeks. Let's take a close look at this cornfield. We're going to dive in here and see what we have. We're just going to grab a cob off and see what kind of. Now it's along the edge of the field, so it's not fully representative of this field. But you know, we'll just take a quick look and husk this back and see how far along it is. See, this corn's still pretty young yet. Now we are only August 24th, so we do still have hopefully a good month of September here to get this crop fully finished. But you know, this corn still definitely has a ways to go. We're just in a dough stage, not even any evident dent yet. You know, we have 30 to 35 days to get this thing still finished, and I would say a little bit more. This stuff's probably even a little bit further behind yet. So you know, we had a good September, and you know, we could probably use a few days in October too to get this crop finished off. So a little bit of tip back, but you know, that's sometimes just evident of, you know, maybe a population thing, maybe push population a little bit, and that definitely maybe has why you're seeing this little bit of tip back. Overall, you know, the potential's there. Just going to need to get it, you know, to get to that finish line and finish off really nicely. If you'd like your field assessed, you know, just contact your local FS Partners or Agris branch, and someone definitely can come out and check your field and see what you have potentially. There's also another way on our Great Lakes Grain website. Right on the main page, there's a link there that you can click on, and then you can fill out a little form and kind of tell us where you're at and what fields you'd like checked, as well as the varieties. The tour, when it's going on, there's some ways you can kind of keep up with the tour. Twitter is definitely a way that they'll be as the scouts are out there checking fields. Hashtag GLG Tour 17 will be what you want to follow. Full results will be released at the Outdoor Farm Show starting on September 12th to the 14th. You'll be able to find that at the FS Growmark booth. We'd also like to send a big thank you out to DeKalb Canada for their continued sponsorship and their support over the last 8 years.